We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. All right. All inboxes are muted, so it's like when you've been chatting to a girl on Snapchat, then you open the snaps and it's on pending, and you just sort of like, not you're a young taken man, you're a taken man on the verge of marriage. So sorry,
Verge of marriage. Oh,
get your knee dirty, mate. But I'm here all week.
Wow.
Want a couple of gags.
You might be the worst SuperCoach YouTuber I've ever seen.
Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. We've got a bit of a new setup here, Jake.
Yes.
Just rolling in a bit of a new studio. I just wanted to pick your brain about this weekend, mate. I wanted to see who you're interested in, because it's the last little glimpse we get of some of these players before we've got to make the hard calls. So
it should be, these games should be the clearest indication of where players will be playing in their roles, how coaches will be playing them, midfield minutes, centre bounce attendances, all that sort of stuff. Midfield minutes. So there's a few players specifically in mind for me that I want to keep an eye on for my team, and I'm sure that relates to the rest of the SuperCoach competition in regards to players that people want to see. So the first one being Devon Smith. We've mentioned it before. You and I and Tyson are going to the game in Colac on Monday, and we will get a first-hand look at not only Devon Smith, but another player that you'll talk about afterwards. His first half in the West Coast game was very meh. He had like 20-something points. And then
did you see the game?
I did.
Watch it?
Yeah.
Well, what was going on? Because
I don't know. I only watched the second half.
Oh. Because I'm looking at that, at the stats, and I listen to bits and pieces, and I'm like, where is this bloke playing? Is he playing crap, or is he playing a different position? That's what I was wondering.
From what I saw, he just looked like he was back. He seemed to be getting a lot of possessions on the wing.
Yeah.
From what I saw, but he scored 80 odd, and it didn't instill a heap of confidence in me. But I'd certainly like to see what his scoring and playing output looks like in a full team against a full percentage. Of goodness team Geelong.
Yeah, goodness.
English.
Full
whatever.
Strength.
That's
sort of
probably the word I was looking for. Because that F3 position is very tricky for a lot of people. At the moment, I've got Christian Petrarca in at F3, which is another player that I want to keep my eye on. But firstly, the player that I mentioned previously, or didn't mention, that you're also
in the same game as Jack Stephen, that we'll be taking a very close look at for sure.
Yes.
And both of them sort of fallen under so someone's just on the group inbox there, but they fall in the same sort of category because they both potentially have F3.
Yeah.
And I really should mute that. Friggin' Watson, shut up, mate. Let me just mute that. What, I was like, let's go to the footy, mate.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. All right. All inboxes are muted. So anyway, Jack Stephen, Devon Smith, F3 sort of setups. And I'm probably, Devon Smith, we got a little glimpse at. I'm interested that, the first half he scored 20 odd, second half 65. So be interesting to see which one of those we get more often than not. But Stephen could be absolutely anything. I'm interested to see. You want to clear your throat, mate?
I was just nodding in agreement, mate.
Could he play a little bit forward? I think he'll mainly play midfield, but that's what we want to see. I'm really interested.
This is not our preferred time slot. We'd rather be on the late game or on the afternoon session on a Sunday. So it's really interesting to see what Stephen can do. I have been against him all the way, and I'll remain at that. I just don't see him coming back. But he's had such a long layoff with injury and other reasons. Albeit we haven't seen anything of him yet. So, can he be like the key to that F3 position? I don't know. He is severely unpriced for what his output normally is. And like you're saying, he could probably push the triple-digit average or, certainly be pumping out 90s every week. So, that's an interesting one to have a look at. And we'll be able to get a look at both of them in Colac. So
and I think at the moment, Devon Smith just being that 30 or 40k cheap is handy too.
Yes.
Because when you're looking at blokes like Tom Green and maybe Aidan Bonner, maybe a couple of other blokes who are a little bit more expensive than your normal rookies, that 30 or 40k
could go far. Well, it could be the difference between someone that's 123k, and Tom Green at 170ish. So
could be
I think you just said that. But
good point, so.
I had another point. Oh yeah, Devon Smith. He is severely underpriced as well. His last season he played was extremely unlucky that he didn't get picked in the All-Australian team, and then he had that injury. So as far as I'm concerned, he's coming off an almost All-Australian season into this season. So that's why I had him picked first at F3 in my team, and now I've got Christian Petracca in there, and I want to see another great performance from Petracca to lock him into my F3 spot. Another person in the football media pumped him up during the week and said that he'll go bang this year, and I'm backing him and Melbourne and Clayton Oliver in to do that, as I've said before. Clary, yeah. So that was another player I had to talk about.
I think you know how much of a fan I am of him.
Yes, I've heard.
And I've been very tempted to jump on board.
Yeah, well, I did. I pulled the trigger. I didn't think I was going to, but I realised I said that I'd back him, and then if I didn't put him in my team, it would sort of be like, I back him, but you know, you guys have fun if he goes bad. But you know,
you put your money where your mouth is. That's for sure.
I have actually done that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know at the moment if I can afford the bloke just with the structures I'm rolling with. But yeah, if he pumped out another ripper and.
Because you've got one extra primo in the midfield than me, and I don't.
Yeah.
So I've gone for a more balanced approach, but obviously the scoring power is in the midfield. So I guess from my perspective, if you just have that solid F3, then you don't have to worry about waiting for a proper forward premium option later in the season, and sort of scrambling. Like there's always going to be midfield options. The defence looks pretty solid this year with Houston and Doherty and a few really reliable premium defenders. So yeah, the forward line seems to be the issue for me so far.
I feel like the back line's been a piece of cake, really.
It has.
I mean, more or less. We picked the starters, and I haven't looked at it too much at all. But our forward lines are one bloke's in, another bloke's out. We're chopping and changing.
Put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, Daniel.
That sort of deal.
Speaking of backline though, Doherty has come in and out of my team, and that's the fourth player. That
People are a little nervous on him. Talk me through it.
Well, I just didn't like what I saw from him, and I just want to see what he can do at his full potential. And if this preseason game is this last one, is going to be the closest we'll see to the full strength outfit. I want to see him, easily score, at least an 80 and just look really solid in his role. The thing with Doherty is that everyone thought when he would come back, Simpson would have retired.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done that, and he's still going pretty well. And Nick Newman's there now as well, as in a very solid role. Like he was pushing top 6 defenders last year, Nick Newman, just as, on the off selection that they got him. So Doherty's sort of up against it for that position, because he could be playing like a lockdown defender, which doesn't score, or he could be playing that running halfback, which is just absolute SuperCoach gold.
Yeah, it's a good point. I'm backing him in at the moment, but it's very important to see how he goes, and that's probably more to the point. Like, he's coming off a couple of seasons of serious injury and that, but I agree that it's probably the effect of those guys, and you can compare it a little bit to Rory Laird too, because you look at Miller, who's really coming up, sort of Newman style. Then you've got Brodie Smith, who's still kicking around. There's just guys,
very similar.
You start to wonder, and you're right with Newman. His last 6, 7, 8 games, I think he had a 164 in there, consistent 90s. And Simpson, he's not going to average 90 plus. I wouldn't have thought, or he might
have some good games.
He'll have some games where he goes real well, and I think we want to see. Is Doherty the bloke who's on the end of the handballs more often than not? Is he taking the kick-ins more often than not? It does make me a little concerned, because you'd hate for him to not come on like we had thought. Because if
everyone had hoped for 2 years.
Because if he's just struggling at 460k or something, like it can be tough to replace him early in the season.
Because it doesn't look like there's a lot of defence rookie options.
No, and I was looking around and. Look, if Doherty didn't have a good game,
you'd have to go down to a Robertson or a
I'd have to put Hunter Clark on this little to watch list, so you know how much I love Hunter Clark. Get him in the midfield and go nuts, Hunter! Go nuts, mate!
Oh my gosh.
sorry, guys.
You just send a message to Rad and be like, hey Ratty, can you just put Hunter Clark in the middle? Yeah, cool. Lots to think about there. Even though we just said defence is easy.
We kind of said it was easy and lost the plot in 2 minutes.
It's straightforward, but there can be issues that arise. So always have your backup plans just in case. Every person that you pick in your team, you should be thinking of what their role is in the team. Are they going to be a keeper throughout the season, or are you intending to downgrade them eventually? Doherty probably now, I think it's safe to say, is one of those people you have to have a plan B for in case he doesn't give an expected output after maybe 5 rounds or so.
Yeah.
So just keep a Robertson or a Hunter Clark or a Duday or a Stephen Hill if he plays, if he's alive, in your back pocket, just in case to trade him down to.
And just watch Paul Ahern. Just watch him.
A whom?
North Melbourne, rebounding defender.
Right.
There'll be a spike in his numbers, I guarantee it.
Okay.
But no pop of the finger there that time. But we came into this video with a few names, and we've added a few on there. But I'm going to throw one who's probably my number one watch throughout this weekend. It's Timmy English.
Your man.
Really, really keen to see what he does. I say he's a massive watch, but to be honest, I think I'm all in. I think he could dish up just a so-so game, and I still think I'd go with him.
Well, like we've talked about with Hugh Greenwood, all the maths are there in regards to the reasons why he'll be scoring so well. So he's pretty much the only ruckman at the club. He's in that age profile where he's like basically in his prime playing days, career age. And the Bulldogs look like they're going to be on the rise this year. So all these signs point towards certainly a rise in numbers.
Yeah.
And at that price, if you want to save 300k going gone or 200k going gone, put that towards another F3 or another mid option like you have. It's not the worst idea. Daniel.
Yeah, I'm very keen to see what he does, and just the amount of talk. It's not just he's fine.
Yeah, no, it's like
because everyone's fine. It's like he looks huge.
Yeah.
He's going to take the games. I mean, he's looking Lang's bicep huge. That's how good he's looking.
He does look a bit like me actually, except he's about twice the size of me. So literally height-wise, he would eating for breakfast. Yeah.
But I'm just really excited to see what he does.
Yeah,
because
you
it's
just
funny.
want that affirmation.
Yeah, it's funny because I want him to play well, but I also don't want him to dominate.
Yeah, you want to be like
because
Tim English.
PTSD from Paddy Cripps back in the day before I was just licking my lips about Paddy all pre-season.
Licking your Cripps.
Then I think he came out and had like 32 touches and he was semi-popular, but then he did that and everyone was like, oh, he's a must-have now, and I'm just like, hi.
I was here first.
Been on this bloke for 3 months, but that's cool. You guys can just come late to the party and take my girl home. That's fine.
Is there have we already talked about the story of when he scored like 170 something?
I don't want to talk about it.
You had him on the bench?
Yeah.
Out in emergency?
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough time.
That was crazy. Look at him now. Look how much he's blossomed.
Do you know who I traded him out for back in the day?
Yes, it was an older player from Adelaide, is that correct?
Nathan Van Burle.
Yeah, that's right.
Imagine saying that now. It's like,
what are you
going to
doing?
trade out Paddy Cripps for Nathan Van Burle?
But Chris was just some no-known rookie back then. He's just scored 172. Hey, mate, it's all right. We all make mistakes.
That was that same year. That was the same year that I think I was big on him.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't that good against the Tigers season opener. And he saw back and I thought, oh, this young boy.
I remember, because it was
not
like,
up to the rigours.
There was uncertainty about
Van Burle scored like 80 and 84. I'm like, go the reliable guy.
Reliable, and Cripps just been the best player.
170 points later. And I think that was in New Zealand, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in New Zealand.
That's an example of when you're verbally pissed off.
Yes, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who else is verbally pissed off? China. There's no game in China, it's the St Kilda. Speaking of St Kilda, they have 8 or 9 out of the first.
Yeah, 9 out of the first 11.
That's juicy numbers.
Yeah.
That is Bulldogs had something like that last year, and McRae and Dunkley just went bang bang, and then Bontempelli went bang.
Yeah,
like the third one. He was just like bang. They averaged the most together out of 3 players in like a certain amount of weeks in the history of SuperCoach.
Really?
In that length of games
Yeah.
at Marvel Stadium. So, you know, maybe there is some extra credit to picking some St Kilda players that you're sort of iffy about.
Yeah. There's a lot of hype about the Saints.
Dylan Robertson, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe Dan Hanbury.
Dan Hanbury. God, that was another one that's failed me over the journey.
How's that going for you?
Yeah,
Anyone else you wanted to talk about? Or?
Well, Aiden Bonner's another guy.
Yeah.
Just touch on him, and everyone will be taking a look at him. But
yeah,
I really hope. Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, will he be playing? Is probably a good question.
It's never good having that red mark on SuperCoach.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Nothing worse than when you see the red mark and you didn't expect it. You're like, oh,
like, what?
What the heck's going on there?
Heard he knocked his hamstring, but now he's out for 8 weeks with a hamstring injury. So
that's like when you've been chatting to a girl on Snapchat, then you open the snaps and it's on pending, and you just sort of like, not you're a young taken man, you're a taken man on the verge of marriage. So sorry,
verge of marriage. Oh,
get your knee dirty, mate. But yeah, just keep an eye on Bonner. You know, he'll probably return around the time Jake proposes. So,
in about 3 years. Speaking of little red marks next to people's names, Isaac Rankin is also meant to miss round 1, which is unfortunate because the forward rookies haven't given me a lot of confidence lately. Max King is meant to be locked in, so lock him in. There was another one. Let me just refer to my notes. Excuse me. Just cut that out, so it's good. Oh, that's Messenger. That's not SuperCoach. Yes, Darcy Cameron. I reckon he's locked for round 1. Yeah. From all the talk I've heard from Buckley, people cotton on to his little thing he was saying in that March series game, and everyone's like, "Oh, so Darcy Cameron? Hey, Darcy Cameron, how's Cox and Reed going?" And Buckley's like, he's pushing for round 1 and he's going to be pretty good. It's like, so just say he's going to be playing round 1.
Is he 160 something? Or is he 123?
He's 123.
Is he 123?
Yeah. I know. So you get Charlie Comben in your bench spot.
Yeah.
Flick Darcy Cameron in there.
Oh, I'll flick him. All right.
Yeah, you flick multiple things. So that's why.
I didn't realise he was 123.
Yeah, it says it right there. 123, 900.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom in on SuperCoach. But look at that forward rookies. No one can see. Darcy Cameron, Rankin, who's got the red mark. Max King, good. Aiden Bonner. So that's why, you might want to stack your forwards because there's no decent amount of premium forwards or solid mid prices, and the rookies just haven't revealed themselves yet. So Stephen Hill hasn't even played, and he's in 52% of teams. So
I mean that's a really good point. I mean we presume he'll get selected this weekend.
Well, he's probably another one you'd want to keep an eye on, and Hayden Young because he's in 26% of teams, and they're 190 and 180 respectively, and they have played a second of football, and everyone's picked them. So.
And just on the forward rookies, like I mean, Rankin, get a gauge. If it's just he's done for round 1, but maybe round 2. Could be worth...
Yeah, just leave him on the bench, it's fine.
Dean Turlick style, if people remember him.
Dean.
Missed round 1, we all got rid of him, and then he was one of the best cash cows for those who kept him. But Jack Marnie as well, North Melbourne, I think it's Marnie.
Mahoney? Like, is it spelled
yeah, it is spelled that
Marnie.
way.
Yep. It's pronounced Marnie.
Yeah, and I think Mosquito could be a chance, and Pickett, Josiah Pickett.
Yeah, but again...
I don't know how well they could score. They'll probably be in a 4.
Mosquito looked electrifying, but he'd struggle to get a 30. I reckon. Like
he'll be Jared Pickett style.
Absolutely,
just 37.
But gee, like I want to watch Mosquito play. Right now. There was another one. Some bloke from Sydney that I told you about the other.
McInerney.
Yeah,
really like that.
McInerney. Yeah, scored 80 something. Justin, that's his name, Mr. McInerney. Scored 80 odd in that thrashing against GWS. There's obviously a few stars to come back for Sydney, but if he's playing well in preseason games where they get smashed, he's a 123k mid. So I've just put him on my bench. He looks like he'll get early games because Sydney don't look like they're going to be pushing for finals, and they'll probably be playing their kids again. So and JPK still played in that game, so it's not like they had Luke Parker. So it's not like they had their whole midfield out like Giants. Which brings us to the last person that I want to speak about, Tom Green. He's been in the headlines all week. Obviously, Cornelio, Kelly, Green out of the Giants midfield. Taranto does his shoulder. What does that do? He probably gets into round one based on all the hype that's been around him now and how well he played. But obviously you want to see a second good game of performing to lock him into your team at 166k. Should be interesting, but I think he'll get into round one.
Yeah, I think so. And another Tom for you, Tommy Sparrow. Just keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Who does he play for?
Melbourne. Oh. Really, really good numbers in the VFL last year, and that's a good thing to keep an eye on.
Did he play Marsh?
Yeah, he was quite good. I think he scored 82. Yeah. But he had about 5 clearances. Yeah. And only Brayshaw was out of the midfield there.
Yeah.
So
it's not a bad.
I think he played around a few games last year.
I remember the name.
Scored awfully because he's still 180 or something.
Okay, so he's still. I just saw Geelong got fined $40,000. Anyway, that was relevant.
Yeah,
so Jesus, always positive news.
But yeah, just keep an eye on him because a bit like Green, they're not going to get a stack of midfield time. But if they get in the rotation, that's enough. If they just get some midfield time.
If he's picked round one at 182k, that might be that high-priced, bit more guaranteed experience. Rookie you might want in your forward line. So you could go as deep as, King, Bonner, Tom Sparrow, and then Petrarca, Martin, Whitfield.
Captain Tom Sparrow, get him in there.
Captain.
I'm here all week.
Wow.
Want a couple of gags.
You might be the worst SuperCoach YouTuber I've ever seen.
Just look in the comments, they'll all agree.
Yeah, they all like playing it. So. Yeah.
No, good stuff, mate. Well covered off.
Thanks. I'm keen for this. I'm keen to go up on Monday. We got a bit of a boys' trip. Hopefully we don't get bogged.
Or bashed. We are going to Colac.
So.
Shout out to my Colac followers who are now unsubscribing. So.
Yeah, make sure you follow the Patreon and...
It's not. You double dipped, now you triple dipped, and I'm glad you've done it at the end of the video.
Yeah, so you can just edit that.
You
can genuinely edit that out. But keen for one last pod before round one and then getting into it. Yeah. It's getting juicy now. It's only 14 days away.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, maths has been a strong suit of yours, so good stuff.
I severely doubt that.
We'll talk soon, mate.
Thanks, Daniel.
Good stuff. Cheers.
Nothing.